Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm your teacher Morgan. In today's lesson, we will learn 10 euphemisms that you can use and understand to make your English more fluent and more native-like. But before we begin, it's very important to know what is a euphemism. A euphemism is a word or a phrase that we use for sensitive subjects. If we don't want to be direct in saying something, we can use a euphemism. Euphemisms are used by all native speakers. It makes a sensitive or touchy subject a little less indirect. So without further ado, let's get started on 10 euphemisms you need to know. Our first euphemism is the word restroom. You might ask, where's the restroom? Or can I use your restroom? This is a less direct way of saying that you need to urinate in the bathroom, right? You don't want to say, excuse me, I have to urinate. No, we can say, I need to use the restroom. And a bonus, if you hear, I need to go number 1, that means you have to pee. And number 2 is poop, right? So instead of saying, I have to poop, you can say, I have to go number 2. But only use that number 1 and number 2 with really close friends or family. With everyone else, you can just say, I need to go to the restroom. And everyone will know that you need to do something in the bathroom. Let's continue. Next euphemism is passed away. For example, my dog passed away last year. This means die, to be dead. And it's not very polite or sensitive to say he died, right? We can say he passed away. That is a much more sensitive way to say someone has died, okay? Passed away. Our next euphemism is pre-owned. For example, I'm looking for a pre-owned car that I don't have to spend a lot of money on. Here, pre-owned is used in the place of the word used. Okay? If you want to buy a used car, that kind of sounds like it's not good quality, or it might be dirty or damaged. So a nicer way to say it is pre-owned, that someone has already used it. Our next euphemism is senior citizen. This is a nicer way to say that a person is old. We don't want to say, oh, he's old, right? That's not very sensitive. Instead, we can say he's a senior citizen. Sometimes you might also hear the word elderly. That's a little better than old, but to be respectful, if someone is over the age of, say, 65, you can say they are a senior citizen. Our next euphemism is used a lot, especially these days when everybody is getting let go from their jobs. Let go is a nicer way to say someone has been fired. This means they are dismissed from their job. They do not have a job anymore, right? You might hear the word let go or laid off. Both of these mean fired, but they sound a little nicer. These days, many people are being let go from tech companies. Our next euphemism is about the body. This is passed gas. This is a much more polite way to say someone farted. Woo. Okay? If someone farts, you can instead say passed gas. For example, during the meeting, he passed gas, right? That is a lot nicer way than just saying he farted, okay? Great, you guys are doing awesome. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe and like this video. And let's continue with our euphemisms. Our next euphemism is between jobs. Similar to being let go or laid off, between jobs means you do not have a job right now, okay? You were fired or you quit your last job and you're looking for a new job. This means you are unemployed, but you are looking for a new job. Okay, most people don't want to say I'm unemployed, so instead they say I'm between jobs. Next euphemism is to be expecting. For example, have you seen Maria? She's expecting in March. Expecting what? This means a woman is pregnant. This means she is going to have a baby. Okay? Instead of saying pregnant, you can say expecting. For example, she is expecting a baby next year. Our next euphemism is put down. So this is used when an animal is very sick or very old and they need to be medically killed. Okay, there's usually an injection and they die peacefully, right? If they're old or sick. So instead of saying they were euthanized, that's the medical term, to be injected and killed, euthanized, we say put down. Okay, for example, my dog has been really sick, so we made the difficult decision to put her down. Or my dog was put down last summer. Okay, put down. Okay, our last euphemism is plus sized. Okay, for example, I went to the store to look for plus sized clothing. This is a much nicer word to use when a person's body is larger. We don't want to say the person is fat or obese. Okay? Instead, we can use the word plus sized. All right, there you have it. Here are your 10 euphemisms you can use to make your conversation more native and more advanced. Right? And I'll see you next week for my next video. Bye.